Hey everyone, Steven again with Level 1 Sword. We've got some good news for Switch gamers, and while I'll always welcome good news, every light casts a shadow. Let's get into it.
Finally, after years of no response, Nintendo of America has broken their silence and has not only admitted that Joy-Con drift is a widespread problem, but they will now repair your controller without proof of purchase and regardless of warranty at no charge to you. Additionally, Nintendo will now reimburse the costs customers paid in the past for repairing the problem. This comes by way of IGN with an article link down in the description, and it does apply to any Switch controller affected. This is fantastic news, and on a personal level, I have had some experience with the issue on my Pro controller, but it seems to come and go. It seems the more I play Smash Bros. Consistently, the more the problem persists, but I have also experienced it during Breath of the Wild. Maybe I'll send it in. I don't think I've ever experienced it with my other Joy-Cons. So on to the obvious questions. Why did Nintendo take so long to respond to this? And why was it even an issue in the first place? Well, Nintendo hasn't really been the best when it comes to customer service. I won't get into the details, but my past experience with them has been typically they blame the customer first instead of admit any kind of blame on their part. There is a looming class action lawsuit that has been filed against Nintendo for this very problem with the Joy-Con drift, so that may be the reason why the Big N has had a sudden change of heart. As for why it was even a thing to begin with, my view on that matter is sadly all too common with large companies. As charming and cool as the Switch is, I think Nintendo rushed it when it comes to the controllers. The standard Joy-Cons have also had problems with having a weak wireless connection to the Switch, which is more noticeable in docked mode. While other wireless controllers have no issues with physical objects causing a connection issue, you'd better have a clean line of sight for Joy-Cons. I've had this problem happen to me, but it doesn't seem to be an issue for the larger Pro controller, although it has its own issue. It's fantastic as far as controllers go, one of Nintendo's best, I dare say. But it has one glaring flaw. There is no pivot in its D-pad, and Nintendo knows it's a problem since later revisions of the controller, such as the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition, have had the pivot added. Many people are worried about whether or not the Switch Lite will have a pivot in its built-in D-pad, and I of course hope it does, even if I myself probably won't be picking one up. All that to say, the drift issue was probably the result of rushing. Nintendo really wanted to get out a replacement for the Wii U, and they very likely rushed through things like stress testing for the controllers. I have heard reports that later revisions of the Joy-Cons do not seem to have this issue as often as the launch or earlier units. So this is more evidence to support the view that the likeliest explanation is Nintendo rushed the system to market. If that truly is the case, Nintendo should consider itself lucky. The Switch has become the darling of the gaming world, Joy-Con drift notwithstanding, and any number of things could have gone wrong similar to what we have seen in other devices. Screens with dead pixels, exploding batteries, controllers desyncing much like the PS3 had in its early days. It's just sad that Nintendo waited for over 2 years until a lawsuit was filed before they even acknowledged the drift as a widespread problem.
Were you one of the many gamers affected by Joy-Con drift? Studies show 1 out of every 5. If you were, be sure to hop onto Nintendo's support website and open a ticket to have it taken care of. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe.